As insane as every single thing about this film is, just the line, "Jesus, you shot Mark Cuban," is pretty good.
Tryna finish what they started and we made it. We made it. We made it. We made it.
Let's go.
Psycho, take a beat.
Wait, state I'm in.
Shane Black is a curious director because he made Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but also The Predator. Yeah, that one. And then he made The Nice Guys, but also Iron Man 3. And this is just every bit of like back and forth, insane and fun, but not just stupid, all in one film. Yeah, I mean, they insist that they are the good kind of criminals in this, but they kill people just to make a point. This guy drops multiple people off buildings, and they crash a train through New York. Like down an entire street in New York City. He shoots Mark Cuban. He kidnaps a billionaire and shoots Mark Cuban all in an incredibly crowded restaurant. Where is the CIA or the FBI? Only a couple of cops ever trouble them. What is this? Play Dirty stars Mark Wahlberg in possibly the single dumbest film of all time. He's playing Parker, the legendary thief from all those books. It's been played by loads of guys. I mean, Jason Statham played most recently, so that's how insanely dumb this whole thing is. It's a Jason Statham character. Like, that's a bad level to be at. Anyway, so he's got this big job. He's got this team. They all get murdered by this woman. And then 2 days later, he hooks up with her to start another job. Okay, and then he gets another crew together, or his main crew, I guess, maybe. It's not really explained properly, but all of these people you're just kind of meant to already know and get the idea of who they are and what they're doing. It really feels like you have to have read this entire series of books, which are from the 1960s, to understand what's going on here. And then they decide to go on this heist to try and steal, I mean, approximately $1 billion worth of stuff, of buried treasure. Like, they definitely say that the big statue thing is worth $500 million, and they said that's half of the total score. So they are trying to steal $1 billion, and nobody acts like it's a big deal. They're also trying to steal it from the UN building, never act like that's a big deal. They never talk about the fact that, like, the stakes are so enormously massive here, because they're so busy trying to straddle the line between silly comedy, just goofy, whatever American, not dark comedy, not black comedy, just silly American heist comedy, and a brutally dark, nasty film about very bad people. I mean, you really do have this whole cast of kooky people around him, and there are some people I like in this. You know, you've got Michael Key, you've got LaKeith Stanfield, both on his team, like, but you also just have so many characters, because he's got these two separate crews. He's got these people that Rosa Salazar's character is working with that are trying to start a revolution in their own country. You've got this crew that he used to know and is kind of at odds with now. Like, there's so much going on. You're just expected to know what's happening. It really feels like they have jumped in at the halfway point in a Parker franchise that has not been made. The actual plot of this film is so nuts, but it pales in comparison to how strange the choices the filmmakers made with it are. I mean, these books are clearly pretty gritty and brutal, and seeing Mark Wahlberg, who's kind of slowly, generally toned his career down as he gets into his 50s, in a film that's got loads of, like, sex and, like, bloody headshots and stuff, It felt a little odd at this stage in his career, right after doing like 3 or 4 pretty family-friendly films in a row. But also, it's trying to do that kind of like, these people are bad people. Like, he just brutally executes people a lot throughout this film. It's no nonsense. I like that to a degree, but I like that in a much more serious thriller. This is still trying to be silly streaming fodder heist comedy thing. Wahlberg is just there. His character is like meant to be this, oh my god, it's him guy, but he just sucks. And every single character in this film is a villain, like bad villain, bad dude, you know? So I was left baffled, honestly, by the entire thing. It is, the overall quality of it by the end is very much streaming slop, where it didn't need to be. You know, I do like Shane Black oftentimes as a director, and I like a lot of this cast. It didn't need to go this way. And even doing a Parker thing, absolutely, just I haven't read any of the books, but I got the impression from everything about this story and the characters that it shouldn't have been a comedy, right? I don't know if the other Parker films they've made are. I don't know if I've seen any of them, but messy. It's just so disjointed, unconnected, and scattered all over the place that it's like a game of Twister that went horribly wrong. So I'm giving The Less Nice Guys 2 stars. This doesn't seem like what it normally is meant to be. So a lot of those films are like quite heavily praised. I've never heard about any of them being really comedies. So this is probably just a terrible choice from the beginning, right?